Hello everyone, glad to see you. Today, I want to talk about a different Roaring Knight candidate for Deltarune. This idea started while I was thinking about Deltarune's more mysterious figures. You know, like Gaster the Knight, Iram, known vulgarly as John Mantle, Everyman, and of course, Device Friend. While looking at all of them together, something clicked. A connection I hadn't really considered before. I'll get back to that in a sec, but first, we need some groundwork. Let's start with what we actually know. From the prophecy panels, we're told that the children followed the pointed tail, a tail that came from hell. This, combined with other details across the game, heavily implies that Friend is a creature from hell, and very likely one that lures or kidnaps children. So the obvious response is, okay, cool theory, but the knight is a deer. Friend is a cat, end of discussion. Except not really. Device Friend has been shown to change shape multiple times. In the Mantle minigames, it turns into this strange, slime-like mass stuck to the floor. Has anyone tried to understand what it's supposed to be? At other points, it's just a face. And then there's also the amalgamate form, shown in Ralsei's explanation of the Dark Worlds. So the idea that Friend could disguise itself as someone else, maybe even a Lightner, is that much of a stretch. And visually, there are similarities that are hard to ignore. Dark bodies, stark white outlines, a look that echoes Titans or Titan spawns. On top of that, Friend is a stalker. It watches. It rarely speaks. It lingers in the background, which is very knight-like. Now, let's assume, just for a moment, that you're on board with Friend being able to pose as the knight. That leads to the real question. Why Des? Why not just turn into another monster, another cat, something simpler? Because control is easier when you already have leverage. If you had access to the body of a missing dear girl, someone with grieving parents, friends, and unresolved trauma surrounding her disappearance, you wouldn't need to act alone. You could manipulate people through hope, through denial, through the promise that maybe, just maybe, Des could come back. Using a family's grief as a tool is cruel, which makes it very on brand. There's also a meta angle here. Toby Fox loves parallels and contrasts, and this theory creates a fascinating one between Undertale and Deltarune. In Undertale, Asriel becomes Flowy, and later, Flowy becomes Asriel again. In Deltarune, the roles could be reversed. Friend, a Flowy-like entity in terms of function, becomes Des. And maybe, later on, that disguise breaks and Des becomes Friend again. Same beats, different direction. Asriel and Des are close, possibly more than friends. And across two worlds, they're both tied to transformations, loss, and identities being overwritten. So what does Friend actually want? This is where things get speculative. Maybe it wants the roaring to happen. Maybe it just wants to observe the outcome. Curiosity did kill the cat, after all. Or maybe it's acting as part of Gaster's larger plan. We don't really know yet. But there is one final detail that really pushed me over the edge with this theory. In Chapter 4, the knight has a very distinct laugh. And that laugh, it's the same one Device Friend uses. To me, at that point it stops feeling like coincidence. So yeah, I believe that the Roaring Knight could be Device Friend, using Des as a disguise, or maybe even fused with what's left of her. Thanks for watching, even if this video was short. I mostly wanted a space to lay out my thoughts on who the knight might be, and why this possibility refuses to leave my brain. See you next time.